Hello and welcome to today's show, Eclectic Spirituality with Lady Leeanna. And today what I'm going to show you is how to cleanse and purify your stones and crystals, regardless of whatever kind they are, and how to do it very thoroughly. I always believe in making sure that everything is done 100% right, and you're going to get to see how to do that today. Today I have different stones such as selenite, I have black onyx, I have rose quartz, I have clear quartz, I have agate stones or geode, whichever way you prefer to call it, a little jade, and some bloodstone. Okay, and I'm going to be cleaning these for you, and so I hope that you enjoy this. First off, I'm going to show you everything that you should have. Alright, here's my table all set up and ready to go to get this ritual underway. First off, I have my trusty marble mortar and pestle, and that's to grind up all my herbs that I would use on my protective base. Now, on my protective base, which here it's a square plate, I have witch hazel, which is aspect of the witch, without it being aspect of the witch, because these stones are for somebody else. I don't want myself on them, so I leave it neutral. Witch hazel is aspect of the witch, and it leaves it neutral. Okay, and I've ground up these herbs with my mortar and pestle. They are patchouli. They are desert sage. You can use any kind of sage. They're witch hazel. And did I say patchouli? I also put some High John the Conqueror root, well ground. Okay, and I've sprinkled it around the base. That way, when I've gotten through cleansing them with these items here, then I'll have a place to put them and not be worried about them gathering negative energy from the table that they were sitting on. Here is my row of stones and crystals. The pointers that are standing up here are the selenite. And then you have all the other various different crystals. And what I intend to do is cleanse them and then charge them. You have to have a candle that represents your goddess. Here's a candle that was a black cat representing Bast, and I use it for all my deity females, at least right now while this candle exists. And I'll change it out eventually with another one, and it may be Artemis or Aphrodite or Kali. I mean, you never know. It depends on what kind of work I'm doing. A bell for cleaning the air I have here, and you'll see later why I have that here. Green salt that I have made myself, anointed with particular oils for purification and growth and well-being. And you'll want an incense burner. A cone incense burner is what I have here. And usually I don't like to burn a cone incense on my altar, but under certain occasions I will do so. My asthma does not appreciate it. And then I have a white candle and a black candle. The white candle represents the masculine, and the black candle represents the feminine, and they are the balance of all that is here. They are also the birth and recreation or creation of all. Also, I didn't show that I have a hematite stone here. It's the little square-topped stone right there that I will place down in my bowl. Sorry about the jittering. That I'll place down in my bowl of consecrated water. And I prefer seawater, but I don't have that. So what I'm going to use today is rainwater mixed with my green anointed salt. We have a sage smudge wand because, again, we have to cleanse and clear the area perfectly, because I mean, it would kind of be redundant to try to cleanse and consecrate your stones if you were to just set them down on a dirty surface or in a dirty work area. Sorry about the Canon strap here. Let's see, we have my athame and my cutting scissors. I always have to have my cutting scissors. And then we have my silver handled knife, which replaces a white handled knife. Here is my setup for this occasion. Oh, by the way, this is rainwater over here in the glass vial. Over here in the black bowl is pure, plain, clean, purified water, but not purified in the way that you would think. It's just been ran through to make sure there's no bleaches in it or anything like that. And then I have a feather, which also helps to cleanse and purify the air. And the rattle stirs up energy in things to make it more efficient. It calls energy out of things so that you could replace that with pure white energy. And that's the reason why I have each individual thing here and what I do with them. I hope the camera hasn't been too shaky at this point. It's fixing to go on a tripod, and so you won't be seeing it shake so much anymore. But do bear in mind also, it's very important for you to realize what is your east, air, and put the tools there. What is your west, and your water goes there. What is your south, and your cutting tools go there. And what is your north, and your herbs, your herb tools, and your goddess goes there. Okay, now I realize that you're not going to see my head because that is not where we're going to need to focus at right now anyway. Our focus needs to be on all the items on the table as we need them. And I've added a few other items to the table that I didn't have before, quite simply because we need them and I had forgotten. Which, by the way, was patchouli oil or another oil for empowerment. You definitely need that. And then we're making these stones new again. And there's nothing that says new again than bamboo or jasmine. And this happens to be bamboo and jasmine. And I love bamboo and I love jasmine. So we will be using those two oils today. Okay? Alright, so we're going to get started. In the name of the Almighty Deities, spirits of the air, hear my prayers. Spirits of the air, come forth that they be heard. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Spirits of the north, the south, the east, and the west, come now before me. Be at one with me so that we may purify this ground and make it holy, that the Lord and Lady shall surely join us herein. So be it. Guardian of the East, lend me your power of communication. Guardian of the West, lend me your love and your depth and your subconscious thought. Guardian of the South, lend me your fire so that we may be able to accomplish anything that we set our minds to and win in any war. Spirit of the North, lend us your stability, for without that, none of the other would be possible. Blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Spirits that are dark and negative, I cast you from this temple place, for you are not welcome here. You are not wanted here. Spirits about, be cleansed and purified. If you are not holy, if you are not pure, you are not welcome here. I cast you out in the name of Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, and Manu, blessed be. Those of you who are dark, evil, or negative, I cast you from this place. For you are not welcome here. In the name of the Almighty Deities, this place be cleansed and purified. Guardians of the Watchtower, spirits of the North, the South, the East, and West, hear my prayers and let them be heard. In the name of Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Manu, blessed be. Purify this water that nothing dark, negative, or evil shall be able to dwell within that in which it touches. Let all that is dark, negative, or evil be casted from it, that it be made pure and holy. In the name of the Almighty Deities, so be it. Blessed be. Lords and ladies, gods and goddesses of the air, and hear my prayer. Let them be heard. I ask that you cleanse, consecrate, and purify this place. Cleanse, consecrate, and purify this water, that nothing dark, negative, or evil will dwell herein. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be. So mote it be. So be it. So mote it be. Guardians, Corus Verorum, Centero Seria Serena, blessed be. Blessed be the name of the Almighty Deities that all negative from this place. In the name of the Almighty Deities, so mote it be. Blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Blessed be. The water is now made cleansed and purified and holy, and now is ready. It can now bless this hematite stone. As I place it inside of the water, it adds a drawing element. It will help me to cleanse and purify any of the stones that are bathed here in this. So what I'll do now is I'll begin to just wash my stones with this purified water. Okay? This is just cleansed and purified water, but with blessed and purified consecrated salt added to it. And with the both combined and the actions I've just done, this has been made into holy water. Alright? Now dropping in the hematite, not only is the hematite being cleansed, but it will now, if I leave it in there, it will help draw any of the dark and negative energy out from the other stones and work with the water to purify it, to purify the stone that's being cleansed. So let's begin by purifying our stones and laying them on our purified bed of herbs that are for empowering and charging and keeping pure. Okay? First we'll start with our selenite pointers. And it went gray as immediately as I put it in here. And I'll cleanse and I'll purify it with the holy water here. Just bathing it, washing it, and giving it my good thoughts, you know, that it be purified to its core, that everything dark and negative be cleansed from it. Lords and ladies, cleanse and purify this stone, that it be made a tool for my use, that nothing dark, negative, or evil will be a part of it. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. And then I'll take solenoid point number 2. And I will stick it down in the water, and I will start bathing it and cleansing it. In the name of the Almighty Deities, let all that is dark, negative, or evil be pulled from its core, and let it be there no more. No more. In the name of the Almighty Deities, cleanse, consecrate, and purify the stone, that nothing dark, negative, or evil will be a part of it. Never, not once again. In the name of Diana, Cronunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Manu, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. And then I take the third stone, and I do the same thing. Touch these stones, and let them be one. Let them come together. Let them be all that they are intended to be. For this one that I tie them together for, let it be a strength. Let them be connected. Let them be brothering and sistering stones. Guardians of the watchtower, spirits of the north, the south, the east and west, hear me now. Let these stones be one. Guardians of the watchtower, spirits of the north, and of the south, and of the east, and of the west, be at one and chime together now. Blessed be, for these stones are now one. Let them be empowered by those the guardians of the watchtower, that when placed upon the ground, they shall create a dome of power that nothing dark, negative, or evil may penetrate. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. With this rainwater, I add back to it a touch of nature, that it belonged to, and that it belonged to. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Empower these stones in the name of the Almighty Deities, and bring them strength, bring them power, and bring them might. Let all that is good and all that is strong touch them and be at one with them on this night. Blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Empower the stones. Empower these stones, and let all that is dark, negative, or evil be casted from them. Let the lords and the ladies touch them and be at one with them, and let all that is dark, negative, or evil be casted out from it. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. Blessed be the name of the Almighty Deities, that these four are one, that they are all quarters to a part to a whole. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. They are one. Now, all of the largest crystals have been taken care of. And so what I can do now to make room on the table is I can start placing all of the stones that would fit, all the second largest stones, into the water so that they can start being bathed and cleansed of all that dark and negative energy that they have been housing from wherever they came from. Remember, the stones had to have an origin. And if you don't know where that origin is, or even if you do, they can build up any kind of energy. Now, you aren't going to resonate these together like I did with the bell on these four crystals here. These four are going to work together and mark the north, south, east, and west of a piece of property and be buried inside that property. To the north, south, east, and west, by color-coded directions. And I'll show you that here in just a little bit, how to create that particular spell. Alright? So far, the stones have been created. And so we'll continue now once I gather the rest of the ingredients. For now, you want to go ahead and you want to still bathe all of these stones in the name of the Almighty Deities, and you want to think about it. You want to put your heart and your soul into it. I prefer bathing these in seawater, but I use consecrated, purified, strained water. Water that's been made holy by consecrated salt and prayer. And I'll move these over here out of the way of the others. They're not really a part of each other. They're not going to be. They're not meant to be. But I can lay these other stones over to the side after they've been bathed in the water. But you want to just carefully bathe them. I mean, like if they mean something to you. Because they really do. And you're thinking of your gods and your goddesses. You're thinking of the sparkle and the shine that's in the stone. And each bump and dimple that it has. Its shape. This one has a kind of a mountainous shape to it if you look at it real closely. You see. And it's a rose quartz. And you cleanse and you consecrate. You bless the stone, each one individually. And you lay them on the consecrated plate. You bathe it like it's your baby. It's very, very important, this part. Cleansing and consecrating in the name of Diana, Cronunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, and Manu, blessed be. And I have all of the larger stones done. And now I have these which you would call worry stones. That's what they're called. And they're made out of different semi-precious stones also. All just as important as the rest of my stones. Maybe more so. I give these stones out to little kids that come with their parents when I sense that the child is going through some kind of turmoil. And it usually is going to be that whatever child walks in here is going through some kind of turmoil. Because children take everything in so deep. Everything is so heavy to them. And you want to cleanse these stones and make it part of your heart so that your heart could be with them whenever it need be. Okay? And so now I have my stones cleansed and bathed and purified. And once again, I want to take and I want to add a bit of nature back to them. Now that they've been cleansed and purified. You know, everything has been taken out of them. And so now I'm going to add something back into them. And I'm going to sprinkle them with some rainwater. Not hard to get whatsoever. Sprinkle them with some rainwater. And then I'll go through and these I need in a hurry. So I hold them high and I empower them in moments. Okay. These I don't need necessarily, the smaller ones, I don't need necessarily right away. So I'll kind of wrap them in kind of a cotton cloth, something that the energy and ores from the earth can get into, and yet I won't lose the stones. And I'll plant them outside for 3 days, okay, and then they can gather up all that energy from the earth itself. And then whenever it's all said and done, I'll bring them in and I'll wrap them in a kind of a silk cloth, preferably white. Yellow can work, baby blue. Your lighter colors are very, very important for this. But you want to wrap them and make sure that they stay cleansed and purified so that they're ready when the time comes. Now, I have, in fact, actually anointed them all. And what I'll do then is I'll take the oil, the patchouli oil. If I can get this open from my wet hands. The patchouli oil is actually for empowering anything. Okay, and yes, I do have some patchouli herb on my plate here. But it wasn't, the stones weren't anointed with it purposely, okay? It was set up on it to empower them, yes. But a lot of time and attention did not get put into it. And so therefore I'm not satisfied that it is empowered in the way that I want it to be. So what I'll do then is I will empower each stone with the anointing oil. In the name of the Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Manu, blessed be. I anoint this stone that it be made pure and holy, that it be made powerful, and that it should do the deed on which it was appointed, times 3. So be it. I anoint thee now in the name of Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Manu, blessed be. Empower this stone that it will do its job that it's appointed, times 3. Now that we have prepared these stones, we can just add an element of new beginning to each one of them by simply taking the ties that I've added to the table. Don't know if you can see them, but they're the 4 colors of the 4 directions. And this is what will dub them to that direction. But we want to anoint them for new beginnings. You know, newness. These ribbons will make them a new object altogether. And that's why the oil for the newness, the new beginnings. Okay? And I've anointed these with the jasmine and bamboo. Okay? The jasmine and the bamboo has been anointed on these strings. And then I'll take each one, and I want to start with the north because it is the goddess place. And if you remember, I proclaimed these to certain areas as I worked with them. Okay? And this was the north. And you just wrap it around until you have just enough to tie a bow. Or a good knot. It doesn't have to be a bow. But you do want it to hold good. You want it to stay. You want your client to know, or you want to remember, which one goes where. And here you have your north stone prepared and yet to be charged. So don't forget, when we're through, they each have to be charged. Then we want to go to the south. The south. Fire and passion. This is our desire. We want our desires to be manifest. And we want to think about that the whole time we're wrapping it, or the whole time that we are preparing this. Think about what it's for and what direction it goes to, why it's red, and how it correlates with the south direction and that guardian. And then you want to take the one from the east. Take the one from the east and you begin to wrap it with the color that corresponds with it. Okay? East is air. Air is represented by the color of the sun. Believe it or not. Yellow. And so we wrap it and we tie it and we tell it who it is and what it's for and how it correlates to the other directions. And yet remember that they are to be charged afterward. And last, we will do the west stone. The west is that of love. And for this reason, we protect our home. And that's what these stones are being made for my client. To protect his home from any dark or negative entities from touching his family that he protects so wholeheartedly. Blue is for love, and love is for his family and for his home. And nothing dark, negative, or evil will touch him or his family or his home, nor will they be able to enter his home ground, because these stones are to be implemented into their four corners outside the house, buried 1 foot under the ground into its proper direction. I dub the west blue guardian of love. Empower yourself. Empower this stone. Empower this man's house. Bring love into his midst. Bring love into his life. Blessed be. Guardian of the watchtower, spirit of the east, grant us communication that you hear our pleas. Let all that we ask be done. Let these four stones now be one. In the name of the Almighty Deities, so mote it be. Guardian of the red, of the south, of blood, empower us with your passion. Empower us with the ability, the victory to win over anything that would strike against us. Protect this man's house. Win his wars. Victorize his domain. And let nothing dark, negative, or evil ever remain. Blessed be. Guardian of the north, spirit of stability, spirit of the god and goddess, Touch this stone now and empower it. Let nothing dark, negative, or evil come near it, nor let anything touch this plat of land that it protects along with the other 4 stones. Let them be one. Let them be protected from all that is dark, negative, or evil. Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Caradwin, Hecate, Bast, Kali, all others that now hear me, blessed be. So mote it be, so be it. Brother and sister stones, you be to protect this man's land ×3. And this ritual is now complete. These stones are charged and they need to be protected. They don't need to touch anything else except for silk. And that should be a light colored silk that will deflect any light that would try to come into it, or deflect any light that would try to leave it. And that's because the light that's on the outside of it could be dark light, negative light. I mean, light comes in all different shapes, forms, and colors. You know, but you want to protect it. You do not want anything else to enter it. And you don't want to have any dark or negative thoughts while you're doing this. And you don't want to have any dark or negative thoughts afterward. Okay? Until they're clothed and protected. So, I hope that you enjoyed this showing of how to cleanse and consecrate your stones, as well as how to create a barrier around your house. Because that is what these are. These are to create a barrier. And after they're planted 1 foot below the ground surface, in the ground, in the right direction, then they will be creating that dome within the house. Okay, within your land. And nothing dark, negative, or evil will tread there. I hope you have a good evening and brightest blessings.